Real news. True, honest, and not fake news.
So, we're going to jump right into the show because we have a lot of kind of things to talk about, really. We're going to be talking about a lot of local stuff that's been happening a little later in the show, but we're going to start off first with some national news. Big story of the week and of the past few days has been the Syria strike. I'm going to give you the facts that we know of as today, and then we will discuss it, because this is definitely a area that is, not everybody's agreeing with it on the left, right, and anywhere in between. So it's definitely going to be interesting for debate. So basically what happened, if you were sleeping under a rock and didn't know, last night, the United States, Britain, and France launched 105 Tomahawk missiles that targeted three facilities. 1, a research facility, 2, a chemical weapons facility, and 3, another chemical weapons facility. All three of those targets were destroyed. Nobody was killed. No civilians were killed. Only 3 people were hurt. Trump is already, he gave a speech about this. He was talking about, this is going to be a one-shot deal, that we're not going to do this again. We're not going to go to war. We're not going to do regime change. He reassured that we're going to pull out troops out of Syria. He said that right in his speech, that we're continuing our efforts to pull troops out. And then, of course, today, something not many people were watching, but Scott Adams was doing a Periscope on this, was the Syrian ambassador was being grilled at the UN about this. And not once during that hearing in the UN did he ever deny that the Syrian government had chemical weapons or used chemical weapons. He never denied it. All he did was kind of, shift things to sort of other details that never really rebuked the claim. So that happened. Meanwhile, Mattis said yesterday that he believes the Assad government did use chemical weapons. And that is, keep in mind that Mattis is definitely more Trump-leaning, much more moderate, much more, it's not going to these wars. This guy's had a lot of experience. He's seen the intel. Meanwhile, you have Bolton, who's the new national security advisor, who's definitely more of a war hawk, definitely more pushing the bomb more stuff. And apparently Mattis told him, hey, we're not going to do this stuff. We're going to keep it a limited strike so we don't start a war. I'm going to give my 2 cents on this, and I'll let Alex go. But the way I look at this is, principally, I do not like what Trump did. It does go against my principle of non-intervention, but the tricky thing, I think, I do understand why Trump did this, because Trump last year, if, again, you were living under a rock and didn't know, he did a similar strike. It was on a bunch of airships that supposedly carried out a chemical attack in Syria, and he drew a red line in the sand. Unlike Obama, who drew a red line and didn't follow through, Trump drew a red line, said, you know what, if you do this again, this is what's going to happen. At the time that happened, I thought that was a great move. I still 100% approve of his decision to strike Syria then, because it proved beneficial for North Korea negotiations. It showed that America was not going to screw around, and as you can see, North Korea has been going pretty good. So that's why I think Trump did this time, is that he was afraid if he backed off, he'd look weak, and North Korea might take advantage of that with the coming talks. They're supposed to be happening this month with Kim Jong-un, so that'll be coming up soon. So we'll have to look at that, but it's a very tricky thing. To me, it's not the end of the world. World War III hasn't started. There's been no war in Syria has started with the U.S. No, this is no big deal. Nobody should worry. I think people have been overreacting. Like, I saw a clip of Alex Jones, screaming and saying F Trump, which I thought I'd never hear him say. I think people are overreacting, just like last time, but that's just my opinion. What do you have to say, Alex?
All right, well, I'm getting a lot of feedback on here. Can you adjust that?
What was that?
I'm getting a lot of feedback on here.
Oh, really? That's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know how I can fix that.
Oh, dang. But I'll try to go discuss this. All right. So one of my major issues that I have with this is that hold on, this is god awful.
Can you hear me a little better?
Huh?
Can you hear me better now?
I can hear you better, but when I'm talking, it's like screaming and like robot stuff is coming back into my phone.
Oh my god, that's weird. You, like every time you
go and not pay attention to what I'm saying, like, I have to go and, like, all right.
Okay.
So,
yeah, I'm sorry, I can't fix that. But every time you do call in, there's like all kinds of noises we hear.
well, and then one of these days, just figure out how to go do a VoIP thing. But, okay, so the crux of the matter here with this issue is that Trump, I don't think he really wanted to do this. I think the only reason I think he did this was because if he didn't do it, you'd see all the war hawks go after him. You'd see all the people, oh, he's in bed with Russia, and I think this was a virtue signal.
Really?
Like, yeah, I honestly don't think that he really wanted to do it, but he felt because of the Russia investigation. I mean, you can go see, like, right before this, the list of events that's been going on. Like, his private lawyer has been, like, raided by the FBI.
Mm-hmm.
I think this was a tactical measure by the war hawks to say, hey, if you don't do this, we're going to close on you. And, there is an attorney-client privilege that exists between a lawyer. You can't just do that, but they show they're above the law, and they want to go and tell Trump, if you don't listen to us, you don't listen to the Israeli interests, if you don't listen to the arms market, and like we have the right and the left both have like the dark sides of both the right and the left, because the left want this war to happen because then more refugees will come out. Like, they'll be going into, the West because of displacement as long as there's chaos in Syria. And then you see on the right, you have these arms industries who, those missiles are not cheap. Those 100 missiles, they're probably like, maybe $1 million a missile, maybe like, it's a lot of money. Every time you go and pay taxes, every time you go, pump the gas.
Well, they said I think the missiles were like $1 million a piece, but they were already bought and paid for, and they were already like sitting around.
Well, yeah, but you know what's going to happen. Oh, hey, we're out of missiles now. We need to go and buy some new ones. Your taxpayer.
That's true.
You saw in the omnibus how much money we throw into the military because of things like this. And like, how the heck are they so expensive? Like, that's ridiculous. I think.
Well, because I think it's a monopoly. There's a monopoly. There's no competition.
Well, they technically do usually have some sort of competition, but the thing is, like, they have these no bid contracts, and they have all these other sort of, screwed up things.
Mm-hmm.
And they're allowed to get away with that. So I think he was pressured to do this by the deep state. I think the actual chemical gas attack, I've not seen any independent verification. I was listening to, I think Sargon did a video on this. I was watching that previously. I know Sargon's a little bit, he's been a bit of a controversial figure lately.
I still love him. I said I still love him.
I think this was a very factual video, though. He listed sources, and that's what I think he did a good job, good journalism. And when I was watching that video.
Well, here's the thing about like who used the chemical weapons or not. I think after what the Syrian ambassador said, it's undeniable that Assad has chemical weapons. Not saying he used them in this particular case, but it is now beyond a doubt undeniable that Assad has chemical weapons. Because why didn't the Syrian ambassador deny it? He was one of the worst liars I've ever seen in my life. I was watching it, and this guy couldn't lie to save his butt. It was so bad. I was like, dude, like, this is not how you...
I don't think not saying you don't have something. Like, he didn't have, like, there's no requirement. If you're in a court case, he said...
Yeah, but the first thing you do when somebody makes a claim about you is you deny it. That's the first thing you do. Like, if somebody says, hey, Sam, did you steal my pencil? You don't go, well, why was that pencil there? You go, no, I didn't steal a pencil. I would never do that. I did not steal your pencil. I don't have it. You deny it.
Well, the better question is, I think they ought to have, it's in their best interest. We have chemical weapons. We have enough chemical weapons in our country to go and destroy the world over. And we've used, maybe not chemical weapons, but we've used nuclear weapons before.
Yeah.
Israel has nuclear weapons.
Oh, yeah.
And they've said multiple times what they do with them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
so, it makes sense for them to have chemical weapons. And I don't think that they use them, because why would they? They're winning a war. Like, use some red team analysis.
I don't know. I really don't know, because at the same time, I trust Trump's judgment, I trust General Mattis, and I trust All three of those guys are against the deep state. They're populist for the people. They're not they're not these neocons, and they all, say how you will, but they all kind of said, yeah, Assad did this. Gorka said last night that he has seen the intelligence, because he used to be in the White House. He said he's seen the intelligence that proves Assad did it. I don't know, because it's all really weird. It's all really weird that Assad would do it now. I don't know. We're assuming he's rational. That's the first big assumption we're making, is that Assad's a rational figure, which I don't know. But at the same time, we do know he has chemical weapons. Like, that's undeniable at this point, because we just bombed them,
Well, we don't know what that was in there.
Well, we know they were chemical weapons. Yeah.
Where was the independent verification?
It's the Assad government. That's Hossein, the ambassador. The ambassador wouldn't deny it.
Well, that doesn't mean that he did it. There needs to be independent
Why would he not deny it? It doesn't. If there's anything that makes the less sense out of this, it's that. If Assad did not have chemical weapons, why would his ambassador sit there and not, deny the claim that he did? That makes no sense.
I don't know. I mean, it doesn't matter if they have chemical weapons to me. I don't see how that matters. Did he actually? I mean, I don't even care if he used them, to be honest. I don't think he would, but I don't think that's, when you have terrorists over here who capture, people from your government, they put them in cages and they burn and they light them on fire.
Good.
Which they have evidence of that. There's videos of them doing that. These terrorists over here. Yeah, I think, there's a certain time and a place for everything.
Wait, were you saying that was us torturing terrorists? I'm sorry.
It was the terrorists who the United States government has been.
Okay, not good. I said good to that. Yeah. I was like, no, that's not what I meant.
No, the terrorists are the ones who are opposing the Assad government. You have like the Syrian freedom fighters or whatever, ISIS. The ones, they have like some of the time, like aligned to the Islamic State. They have some aligned to the Muslim Brotherhood, and they're all over there.
Yeah, it's very complicated, because the rebels and all these other little groups are just a mix of everything. There's no organization or like common cause.
Well, I think the more that we try to destabilize the region over there, the more likely these other groups who have used chemical weapons in the past, who are not free to go and use chemical weapons. We've seen it before. They've admitted to it.
Yeah,
here's the other. I've done this.
Here's an alternate perspective here. This may be some fifth dimensional thinking here and like two steps ahead that may not be the case, but because I think when Assad got rid of his chemical weapons last time, or suppose we got rid of them all, obviously he didn't now, that ISIS or the rebels stole the chemical weapons. I think that was something we were actually looking at that, I think, a few days ago. So by destroying these chemical weapons, not only did we take it out of the hands of Assad, but we also took it out of the hands of ISIS. Because people are all saying, Assad's fighting ISIS. He's not fighting ISIS, though, with chemical weapons. So by taking these out, it's just theater. We're not really doing anything here that hurts Assad necessarily, because I don't see him using them against ISIS.
Well, what are these? Well, what actually were those factories? I mean, we don't know.
Chemical weapons facilities. They held chemical weapons.
We can assume that's what they are.
Well, we don't have the intelligence. That's the problem. This is what's always tricky as the public trying to interpret these things, is that the president always has way more information than we do. He always has way more knowledge. Yes, our intelligence has been off, but like I said, the Syrian ambassador never denied that they had chemical weapons. So it's undeniable that they had them.
No, that's not proof. I don't see evidence. That's not evidence for one hand. The report that was given to George Bush before he declared war on Iraq, that was intelligence, and we've actually had that when I was in SRA class. It was full of lies.
I agree, and that's why I said the Syrian ambassador just trumps everything, because because our intelligence can be shady and can be off. I agree, but when you have the own ambassador of Syria not denying that they had chemical weapons, that's when that's the clearest sign of somebody that's hiding something and that's a liar. He's the worst liar in the world.
I'll have to watch that after this transmission.
This transmission.
But I mean, it is what it is. It could have been worse, I suppose. I'm very displeased with this turn of events. I think we need to stop causing chaos in the Middle East. It's doing nothing. productive in society. Because even the people who aren't even fond of Assad, they want to stop because they see the people around them and they know, the more bloodshed goes on, it's gonna be worse.
To me, well, there was no bloodshed at this, which is what's great. Nobody was killed. Only 3 people were hurt. To me, this was, again, disagree with the strike or whatever, but it was very successful in its mission of destroying the chemical weapons, nobody getting killed. To me, this is... Because I saw Mike Cernovich, who doesn't know what he's talking about, tweet out last night, oh, Trump is murdering people in Syria. Nobody died. It's like... Again, people were overreacting so quickly, and that to me, people need to calm down, look at this clearly, because we already went through this last year. This has already happened before, where everybody overreacts, and they go, oh, World War III is going to happen, and then nothing happens. And that's what's going to happen now. Everybody's going to, whine and complain and, lose, have a temper tantrum, and nothing's going to change. I'm just saying for a productive society, we need to keep it calm.
By the time that World War III happens, there's nothing we can really do. We'll all be dead. But when you
it's not going to happen, though.
When you see someone with a stick going up to a hornet's nest and diddling around with it, it's going to piss off some hornets.
Yeah, but we did this a lot, dude. This is Syria is used to this. This is normal.
That's not good. That's terrible.
Yeah, but it doesn't trigger anything.
What would we do if we had people launching missiles?
Yeah, but it's not comparable. It's not comparable. We're a totally different country. That never happens to us. Syria, this is he's a brutal dictator. This is normal.
Oh, geez. The United States, we've done some pretty terrible things from the past.
No, I'm saying that. No, I'm saying the environment, us bombing him is not going to rattle his bones, and he's going to launch a war against us. It's not going to happen.
But Russia, China, they're all starting to get.
What's Russia's interest in starting a war with us? Their economy's crap. None of their people were killed in any of these attacks. None of them were even hurt. And we told them to get out. Last time, we said, "Hey, Russia, we're coming in. Get out." And look, if Russia got in a war with us, they would cripple their country so bad. They're already crippled economically.
If they got into an actual war with us, I think we'd all be screwed because when you have 2 nuclear powers going to war, it tends to end.
Yeah, I know, but nuclear weapons would be a last resort, and if so, I think we'd squash them. But there's not going to be a war. People are overreacting.
I don't know. This is not good. This is not, America first. But then, they say it was chemical facility. You know what else? You know who else said that? In the 90s, when Bill Clinton, in Syria of all places too. Syria's got chemical weapons. We're gonna go bomb one of their chemical weapons facilities. He launched a Tomahawk cruise missile and hit an Advil plant.
Yeah, but we didn't do that.
Yeah, that was Bill Clinton.
I know. Well, I'm saying, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said we. I meant Trump didn't do that. Trump hit precision airstrikes where there were chemical weapons. Nobody was killed. Everything is fine. Nothing's going to change. If anything, what I think Trump's going to use this for as a way to pull the troops out. Because the deep state and all them are pushing to keep troops there, but Trump wants to pull them out. That's what people are forgetting this whole thing. Trump doesn't want war. Why would Trump do something that would create a war? Why? He would lose all his support. He would never win re-election. He's not going to start a war.
Look at George Bush.
Yeah, but George Bush is a neocon.
He had so much support after that.
Not really.
Yeah, dude. Look at
in 2008, the hatred against him was immense.
Yeah, after his second election.
Yeah, but that was after Afghanistan, after Iraq, and we found out that there was no evidence to support this.
Yeah, and that was years later, and then we still have the Patriot Act. We still have all these restrictions.
I think we do. I think Obama created a different version with a new acronym.
Man, it's still bad.
It's still the same thing.
When Snowden came out here, they have the FISA courts. They have all these little things. They're monitoring literally everything you do. We're talking on here. Obviously it's public, but everything. Every time you text someone, there's hard embedded in the firmware.
Yeah.
They have stuff to go and intercept it.
But Trump isn't George Bush. We need to remember that Trump is a businessman. He's not a politician. He's not a neocon. He's not part of the deep state. He's not in bed with their interests. They fought so hard for him to get into office. You think he's going to be buddy-buddy with them now? No way. He's not George Bush. He doesn't want boots-on-the-ground invasion. He doesn't want a war. He doesn't want World War III. Trump just wants America to prosper. He's for real, And, maybe he flexes his principles a bit. Maybe he has to flex some promises a bit. But in the end, he's still going to build the wall. He's still going to bring the economy back, which he's doing, and he's going to keep us out of the Middle East. You're going to see little things like this? Probably, and that's what we're seeing. But this isn't boots on the ground invasion George Bush style. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, we'll see. That only the time will tell.
Yeah, we're gonna be fine, people. Just think rationally. Just listen to Scott Adams. Scott Adams has had the best predictions so far. We have a few minutes left here before break. So, is there anything extremely quick you want to mention?
Are we talking about the outing club?
Yeah, we're going to talk. How about we talk about that right now? I'll mention it, and then we'll go to break. So, the outing club is a club here at Penn State that just goes on, outdoor adventure stuff like hiking and canoeing and kayaking, fun stuff. Fun. Family friendly, builds camaraderie and manlyhood and womanlyhood, maybe. I don't know. But they always do like these trips every semester where they go somewhere. Well, guess what? Next semester, they can't. Because the university has, quote, determined that the types of activities in which the PSOC engages are above the university's threshold of acceptable risk for recognized student organizations. Well, isn't there a bit of irony here? Like, last I checked, most people, there were more people dying by falling over in frat houses than there were people canoeing down a river. Okay? This is, like, beyond hypocritical, beyond ironic, absolutely stupid and ridiculous that the university won't let some men and women go out and enjoy the nature that this planet Earth has, that we can enjoy this beautiful Earth and this natural, adventuring, no phones, none of that BS, just actually being with people. That's apparently too risky. That's too risky to go canoeing down river. But we can have frats where kids fall down staircases and die. That's perfectly fine.
Well, see, the problem with this, what the university is doing is they want to be the parents. It's like, this is too risky. Okay, if it's too risky, have them sign a waiver.
Yep, and that's what they always do. These schools, they always sign away saying, hey, if something happens, school's not responsible. And we're adults.
It's been here for 95 years.
Yeah.
And this has only become a problem now. Just around the same time that you see all these feminized soy boys and people over here who have literally no testosterone. They don't even they go and ride their bike maybe, but that's about it. That's the most physical exercise they get. People who don't know what the heck grass looks like. we have these urbanized people, and they're just on their cell phones. I'm going to promote that because if you go outdoors, maybe that's promoting conservatism.
Yes, it's a form of white supremacy patriarchy.
Yeah, what if they're it's fat pride sort of thing because if you're obese, you're gonna have a hard time kayaking.
Yeah, so actually part of the body positivity movement. It's okay to lay around and be fat in your house. Don't go outside. I mean, it's just insane because it's just why is this happening? Did somebody die last year from it? No. It's what are they doing? It's so ridiculous.
This is a effort by the university to destroy every little bit of tradition that's left at Penn State.
Yeah.
This is a coordinated effort. This has been done. Everything has to be all genders can do this and everyone's welcome and all this and that. And if you want to do anything that requires any effort, we need to give you a participation trophy. This is the sort of society that does this, where they consider going outdoors more risky than sitting inside playing video games. And the funny thing is, heart disease, diabetes, all complications, those are one of the leading causes of death in the United States. I don't see canoeing. I don't see hiking. Nowhere on that list.
Yeah. Yeah, it's ridiculous. They're actually not promoting people to be healthy. They're condemning you for trying to be healthy. This is anti-freedom when you think about it. It's just it's another, it's a PC thing that this university just gets so silly over. We're going to talk about another story about that after the break, but it's just, I can't, emphasize how ridiculous this is. It's we're adults. We can be responsible for ourselves. Stop babying us, Mr. and Mrs. Penn State. Just let us grow a pair and let us have fun.
Well, the thing is, too, we have those rental bikes now.
Yes.
Deaths are one of the leading causes of accidents, of deaths in the United States.
Yeah. Ban all assault
Why do we allow
bikes.
that?
Yeah, why? Why do we allow that? It's dangerous.
I just think that they're so, they want to go and be your parents, want to go and coddle the students over here because, you might be 18 or 21, but you're not really an adult yet, guys. It, might be dangerous.
We need common sense bike control.
Oh, shoot. And then Penn State, we have that, that hotel on campus, and they have alcohol over there.
I was going to say, yeah.
Drunk.
Yeah, I was going to say, alcohol apparently is okay. Like, they're not cracking down on that, really. I mean, they kind of are with the anti-hazing stuff and shutting down some of these frats, but they really know that, like, yeah, drinking's a thing and it's kind of cool, even though it's not degenerate in my view, but,
Penn State's become so risk-averse, it's ridiculous. You can't even live anymore.
Yeah, I mean, everything has risk in life.
You have to have an oxygen tank with you just because, breathing the air could be risky. Yes. And they charge you, $25 for a day of oxygen.
They should sell...
I could see Penn State doing that.
They should sell InfoWars air filters. InfoWars sponsored oxygen tanks. That'd be funny. We are going to talk about 2 more local things, and we'll probably get into other stuff because we love to go off topic, and that's always fun. First thing I want to talk about, related to all this PC stuff happening on campus, this really triggered me. Penn State is like high schools. We have homecoming, and they decided, the homecoming court and the other groups that make these decisions, they decide to eliminate the titles of homecoming king and queen for gender inclusivity. Instead, what will it be called? They will crown 2 people as the Guide State Forward Award. What does that even mean? I first heard that and I was like, what is that? Guide State Forward Award. That's not even English. What does that mean? What is this? It's supposed to be the, king and queen. It's the man and the woman. Oh, how dare we honor a guy and a girl? I mean, what is this crap? And
with the king and queen, it's surprised that they found that offensive because you could always be a drag queen.
Yo, we could make the left eat itself apart because we all say the drag queen is enforcing the patriarchy, and so we're gonna have to get rid of it. But yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, absolutely ridiculous. And to top it off, put icing on the cake, they even are eliminating the male to female ratio count for representation of the homecoming court. So it used to be 5 guys, 5 girls. Now it's gonna be anything. You know what's gonna happen because of that? There's going to be less girls because there's more guys proportionally on campus, and you have more guys in there. They're only doing this to appease 2 or 3 people that live on the entire bloody campus of trannies that are confused about their gender and are mentally ill.
Unfortunately, there's too many. There's a few too many of those on campus who don't know what gender they are.
Oh god, I forget sometimes.
There's more than just 2 or 3. There's probably 20 of them.
Jesus.
But that's still 45,000 people. It's tiny.
Yeah, it's still less than 1%. They're doing all this to appease it. This is just a bunch of PC nonsense. It's just silliness. I don't get the point.
Yeah, I'm gonna laugh when they end up getting 5 guys in there, and the girls get all upset, and they're like, it's racist, it's sexist, and they're just gonna get rid of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Even better. Why don't they just give everyone a participation trophy who goes to homecoming?
Yeah, everybody's the Guide State Forward Award winner. That's who everybody's going to be, the Guide State Forward Award winner, right? Because everybody deserves it.
What if someone's really unpopular or ugly or autistic or something? They just don't have very many friends, and then they want to get, they want to get an award, and why can't they?
Are you talking about me? Are you talking about me? Oh, God. It's just so annoying. I'm really depressed because it's another thing. Just, again, tearing down tradition. Even, it's not like the tradition's bad. It's not like it's Penn State has an honorary, slave every year. Or Penn State, shoots somebody every year. Somebody up, it's just the king and queen of the homecoming. What's
Are we gonna make the showers gender neutral?
I think Jerry would have liked that. Oh my God.
You know, going the way they're doing,
You know,
I'm surprised they haven't done that yet. Like, you know, what if, you know,
I
men
know.
and women want to go in the same shower? What if I identify as a woman? Can I go in the girls' shower?
You should be allowed to. It's progressive.
You know,
it's the current
I'm allowed
year.
to go and wash my feminine penis in the in the ladies' bathroom. You know,
It's so funny
Not
because
actually.
my dad actually said the exact same thing to me because I sent this to him through email. He said, "Where are they gonna have next gender neutral showers?" I was like, "Dad, don't say that around here. Don't give him that idea." I mean,
they will.
Yeah, they will, and they'll probably call it like something stupid too. They already had gender.
And then we have another, you know, Sandusky scandal over here.
Exactly.
After someone's caught, like, you know, doing things in the shower. And, you know, there's already problems at Penn State, people, you know, waxing the weasel into the shower drains at Penn State.
Oh, dude, there was something so funny. There was a thing that our friend, one of our friends that we know, sent. He lives in one of the off-campus apartments. He posted a letter in a group me of the apartment sending an email complaining to everybody that the drains were being clogged from semen. And they told everybody to stop masturbating and to do it in your room and throw it out. Like, they literally said that in the letter.
I'm surprised. Is that prom at, like, on campus?
This was off campus. I don't know about on campus. It could be.
Well, like, what if, you know, you're just in the shower with a group of guys and, you know, you just like to go and have little parties in there and, you know, sometimes people get a little excited at these parties and they want to go and, you know, play the didgeridoo.
The didgeridoo. Oh God. Yeah, I'm telling you, dude. Like they're gonna, because they already did the gender, all gender bathrooms here. Like there's one at the library. There's like one in the hub. They're gonna be. It's already like the start. Like they're gonna push for more and more because for them it's not enough. It's never enough for these SJWs. You notice that about the identitarians and the extremists on both sides. It's never enough. It's just got to be more and more and more and more. You know, and
you know, and Penn State likes this, right? Because the more that people want to do these things, the more that Penn State can increase the tuition.
Yeah, they can increase their tuition. They can call themselves inclusive and say, "Look how progressive we are." They think it improves their image, which I find kind of disturbing because, like, if people actually like these things, it's terrifying. But, I mean,
it does nothing for the image. I mean, people like just go to college, just like, oh. You know, I want to go to college because there's transgender bathrooms. You know, maybe there's like one person who does that. Maybe like one. Like no one gives a crap.
Yeah,
they care about they care about tuition. They care about the value of the education. They don't give a crap about, you know, the gender inclusivity.
Well, here's the thing though. They're not trying to appeal to trannies with this sort of thing. They're trying to appeal to leftists because the leftists love these things. You know, it's like, why do ads have like black people and Asian people and white people and like all the minorities and every race?
White people?
No, I'm not saying white people are a minority. I'm saying like, you know, with white people, they have all these other minorities like in an ad. It's not it's for, you know, it is to appeal like to black people, to Asian people, because that sort of connects with them because they see their own identity. But it's more or less going to appeal to the left of America, the liberal side. It's like, oh, look how diverse it is. Oh, this company's so progressive, you know? What was that? You started cutting out there.
Yeah, they're the type that go to college and they'll spend hundreds of thousands of dollars in like some BS degree.
Yeah.
And they'll have their kids go there and then they'll go and complain, oh, you know, this is terrible. We have to go pay for college with our own money.
College, it's a human right. Education is a human right. You should all get it for free.
Well, that's one of the issues. You know, the colleges have no reason to go and, you know, cut back on expenses when you have things like this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what reason do they have?
Yeah, they have no incentive. That's the biggest problem. It's like they're like the government. They have no incentive to cut costs. I mean, the government actually has more of an incentive because people actually freaking vote for the government. But like for university, they have no incentive. And if you like, they kind of have some incentives now. But like, if you give college for free, if you just throw money at Penn State, you know, guaranteed, there's no incentive at all to cut costs because they're still getting the money.
It'll be like the military, but worse.
Yeah.
At least the military, you have to have like a war or conflict.
Yeah, at least the military does things. And hopefully they'll be building a wall soon.
Yeah, hopefully. That would be nice. But,
yeah.
So. Well, that's the problem with public schools too. Like just in general, public schools, like it's like a sort of, it's terrible because they can keep taking more money, and then you take Baltimore, you know, Maryland, schools that clean have heat on them. And then you go look at the property taxes in the area. I used to live in Baltimore, around Baltimore, around in Maryland. I know the property taxes are sky high for people spending. It's like, I think one of the second or third highest in the country, and then they can't afford heat. There's something going wrong there.
Yeah.
Like, they had someone from Penn State, like, complain about this. Well, like, this is the problem with public schools, and this is the problem with the Democrats. They're the ones who keep voting to increase the cost, and then you see these people up there, they're taking their little money, and then they end up, spending money on things that they shouldn't. And then their facilities are still horrible. Like, the toilet paper in, high school is terrible.
Yes.
People that
Preach.
not, like, use the bathroom.
It's literally like sandpaper. It's thin sandpaper. It burns your butt. It literally like scratches into it and like makes it bleed. It's so bad. But
oh yeah, and the thing is, they're probably paying top dollar for that.
Yeah.
Dollars toilet paper. But it's just so much graft that goes on, and the teachers in like high school and especially in elementary school, middle school, high school. Like most of them are just I had a couple, but that was not the norm. Like, especially math teachers. Like, I think I had maybe one or two math teachers in my entire kindergarten through 8th grade. They were both in high school. Well, yeah, it was both in high school.
Yeah, and I understand that math's an inherently hard thing to teach, but it's like these teachers are really bad. I've had so many bad math. I'm autistic when it comes to math. In the sense
not
of
the good type like Albert Einstein.
Yeah, I'm not high functioning here with math. I'm very low functioning. I had to always teach myself how to do everything. Teachers rarely helped. I had one or two decent teachers that explained things well, but the textbooks suck. The way they explain things suck. The way the teachers explain it sucks. It's it's kind of relevant because I was watching it the other day. There was this new trailer that came out for The Incredibles 2. And if you haven't seen it, it's about a superhero family. That was the first one. And this one in the trailer, there's a scene where the dad's with the son, and the son holds up a textbook, and it says new math on it. And, the dad's trying to do the math for his son, but then the son's like, Dad, but they want you to do it this way. And he's like, well, that's not how you do math. He's like, why did they change math? Math is math. And I'm like, yes. Whoever wrote this has a child who knows exactly what this Common Core crap and all this new math stuff is total BS. Because it's it is. Why would they change math? It's just math.
See, I haven't actually read the math books. I know I've seen some other books, and they've had political things in there.
Oh God.
But my problem with that is math teachers. They got that one of the easiest jobs. They just have the textbook. Here, do the textbook, and I'll talk to you maybe once in a while. But mostly, it's just making sure that you're doing your work. It's not even so much being a teacher. It's just making sure, especially early on, later on maybe. But at least my math teacher, they're just okay, do the problems, and here are the answers, and here's the text. It's almost like being a babysitter. That's why I can't. The public schools, they're terrible. Even private schools, they have something from, but at least they don't steal my money from me to pay for it. That's why the only thing I could really recommend would be homeschooling. It's just so bad nowadays.
See, I understand why people homeschool, but homeschooling is unsustainable for most families because most middle-class families and working-class families have both parents working. They can't afford to homeschool, and they don't have the time. So you need to send your kids to school, but private schools are very expensive. So what you have to do is public schools, but you have these liberals that say, oh, people are doing bad in public schools because they don't have any funding. BS. Public school, school education is, I think it's either the top or one of the most, one of the top, most funded things in America. They all go, oh, but the military's the biggest budget. No, because that's when you're looking at the federal level. At the federal level, yes, we're spending most on military, on defense spending. Education's way down there, but that's because they get so much spending from the states and the local governments. We need to stop throwing so much money at these schools. Oh, boo-hoo, you're going to cry when, Jimmy and Johnny have to go on the same bus now. Okay, grow up. We need to save some money. I'm not saying we cut, the band or any of these, culturally,
the buses, they're not even that expensive. My grandfather was a bus driver. That's not what they're spending most of their money on.
Well, yeah, they're spending most of their money on teachers.
well, it's not just the teachers. There's graft involved in the system. Some of these books, they probably spend way too much on that.
Yeah, that's true.
Like my school got all these new Mac laptops.
Yeah.
And they got that sort of funding. And every school doesn't need to give every kid like an iPad.
Yeah,
Like,
I agree.
You don't need iPads.
No, you don't.
You
really
can buy
don't.
like cheaper books too.
You know what they should be encouraging? Bring your own laptop to school.
Oh, I can see, like in a public school thing, like in a private school, you can make that work. My problem too is,
well, they did that at my high school. They were starting to slowly do that because like they slowly did a thing where because they're like you said, they're giving kids all laptops, which I think is stupid and unnecessary. Either you bring your own or you just do everything on pencil and paper. Because I can understand at the elementary school, like they give kids all iPads, which I think is smart because it's cheaper and that's all they need.
Smart. Don't give kids.
Well, I'm not saying give it to
give
them.
kids iPads.
I mean they use it. Like they have carts, and they use them when they do activities and stuff.
They don't need iPads. We have too much people. They don't even know how to go and teach. People don't learn. Like, terrible for society. You shouldn't be having kids with friggin' iPads. They shouldn't be on the computer until they're like 8 years old.
Yeah, well, I
you
guess.
look at the people from Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
Like, they have some of the best schools in the country, and guess what? Their daddy works at, like, Facebook, like, Microsoft, and all these other places, and then guess what? They don't even touch computers until they're, like, 14. And they're some of the smartest kids in the country.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I could probably, I think the better way to look, I think we need to get away from, like, worrying about, like, the technology and the materials, because that's already overdone. We need to cut it. But the problem is teachers and getting qualified people in, and the curriculum. It's all that stuff is wrong. Like, I mean, teachers are the first to complain and moan about, it's such a hard job. I don't get paid much. My mom works at a school. She's not a teacher, but she works at a school. So she's already at a lower level than most people in that school. But she gets benefits, a nice pension, eventually. Like, she doesn't have it now, but if she wanted to, she probably will get good retirement. She gets summers off. She only works like 9 months out of the year, whatever it is. She has a lot of sick days that she could just use, but she doesn't because she actually works. She gets great health care. That's the one thing I'm very lucky for, and that's the only reason she has this job is for health care. Everywhere else is sucky health care pretty much, but the school, you get really good health care. That is like a godsend to have good health care today. And the other thing, of course, they're not getting paid that much. I get that, but you're getting all these other benefits.
Pretty good. Like, I look at the numbers. It's like it's middle class.
Well,
getting like $50,000.
No, I think it's more like 30 or 40 is what I've heard.
No, I looked up that.
Well, it depends in the state. It depends in the state and depends on the cost of living. And it depends if you're.
Pennsylvania, the average salary for a teacher is like $66,000.
Really? I find that hard to believe.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that
No,
high.
there's stats on that.
I can see professors getting paid
if you're
that.
an early childhood education teacher, you're going to be getting paid less. If you're a high school teacher, you get paid more, but the average in Pennsylvania is like $60,000.
Wow. Okay, that's interesting. I'm gonna look into stuff more.
I was reading this the other day, and they had I think the lowest state, the average is like 44,000. Even then, that's not bad.
Oh yeah, that's not bad at all. Especially with all the other benefits you get.
Because you're only working 9 months out of the year. You can go and work a summer job too and increase your income. You can have another business. You could have. You probably. I mean, you could. Yeah, you could live with family off that price, but it's not much money. You could raise a family.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah, almost all these teachers have a husband and a family.
Yeah, and then that's another thing too. You have so many women who are teachers. Why aren't
getting a phone
people
call.
complaining about that? There's a gender gap with that.
Yeah, there's a gender gap. We're getting another phone call. Should I answer it?
Yeah.
I guess I should. Sorry, I'm gonna lose you probably, Alex, but we'll pick this up. Hello.
Hey.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, good. Just listen to the show.
Yeah, we have you on air now because I know who was calling, so I thought I'd just bump you on.
Oh, cool.
Are you a flat earther?
Yeah, I did troll you guys a couple of weeks ago. I want to have a legit conversation. No swearing.
Oh, sweet. Really?
I know you're running out of time.
Yeah, we're running out of time. We have one more topic, so I'll let you speak for 5 minutes. I'm going to have to put Alex back on. Hello?
Cool, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's $66K teacher salary in PA. Yeah, you guys should look that up.
Yeah, I'm just taking Alex's word for that, but I know teachers, at least maybe in like this sort of area with this cost of living, are like 30 to 40,000. They get on, they don't get paid a lot from what I know, but at the same time they do get a lot in benefits and like healthcare and all kinds of stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely. I know teachers, they're making like under 40K right out of school from Penn State full time, and the benefits are good.
Yeah. Yeah, are you a teacher?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Yeah, I'm always curious because like, all kinds of teachers always say like, oh, I'm underpaid, and then I find out their salary and all the other stuff they get. So, yeah, is there anything else you'd like to say? I'm glad you came on again.
Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to say, my views are pretty liberal, and a lot of stuff you guys say makes me mad.
Hey, that's okay. As long I
like listening to your show, and I like hearing from other points of view.
Oh, that's exactly what I love to hear. I mean, I'm not liberal, but I'm a very moderate. I don't want to say I'm a centrist, but like I'm a hardcore Trump supporting like right wing moderate. Like I'm not crazy on either end, but I always try to talk to people that disagree with me because I can learn something and my mind can be changed because I've had my mind changed before. Like, for instance, I used to be against gay marriage, but I'm totally for it now, So...
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always great to have people to talk with that disagree with you because if you don't, it's just...
kind of the thing that makes me the most mad when I listen to your show.
Yeah.
Sounds like you throw around labels so easily on people who disagree with you.
Uh-huh. Well, see, here's the problem. I tried to invite liberals on the show, but they never come on. I literally gave my phone number to one of the main people in the Socialist Club here, and I said, hey, would you like to come on the show? He said, yeah. And I said, we do every Saturdays at 7. I said, will you come on next week? And he kind of really didn't answer me, but he's not here right now. But, I'm trying to find people, but it's difficult.
Yeah, I mean, a good debate's always nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the stuff you guys were saying about what Penn State's doing, defunding the outing club and the homecoming persons or whatever, like, I'm totally with you guys on that.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I see. I think there's stuff like that that's just like, I think both sides can agree on. Like the homecoming thing, I think is silly. Like, why do you have to get rid of King and Queen?
Yeah, it's kind of mind-blowing. Have you guys heard of Jordan Peterson? I'm sure you have.
Yes, I've heard of Jordan Peterson.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of his, and I'm pretty far left. So.
That's interesting, because like Jordan Peterson identifies as a British liberal, I think.
A British liberal, you said?
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Like he's like it's like almost like a classical liberal, I guess you could say, in the sense that he believes in free speech and not in stuff like SJWs believe in, but stuff like that kind of. But yeah, I like listening to him. I'm not the biggest fan because it's just like. I don't know. I like him, but he just, I don't know. He doesn't really do much for me, but I do like to listen to him. I think he's he helps make constructive conversations, which is good.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And hey, I might call back in the future, but I'll let you guys finish up your show.
Awesome. Yeah, I love to have you on.
Sorry for trolling you a couple weeks ago, but I hope it got some laughs.
Oh, trust me. We were laughing pretty hard. Okay. Love talking to you, man. I'll see you around.
Cool. Yeah. Have a great night, guys.
Bye.
See ya.
Okay, Mr. Alex, I'm going to have you call back in. Because I can't figure out how to do 2 lines on here. It's kind of silly, but we'll talk about our last topic. But yeah, that guy, apparently he was a troll about the flat earth. At moments I couldn't tell, which is kind of funny, but it was a good troll, Dad. So thank you, sir, for calling in. I know we just had a good conversation there. But again, if you disagree with us, that's great. Call in. We'd love to have conversations. Mr. Alex.
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing? Did you hear that?
No, I wasn't able to hear that.
Oh yeah, the guy called in. He said he was trolling us a few weeks ago about the flat Earth. I couldn't tell. It was kind of good. But he just said, I'm a pretty liberal guy, but I like listening to your show. So I think that's great. We had people from all sides that are listening to us, even though we're pretty right-wing. I mean, I'm not too radical in anything. I'm just radically pro-Trump, but that's about it. And I always give the facts of the story and then discuss and have some fun. And I think people can appreciate that no matter what side you're on.
Did he have anything to say about the teachers?
Yeah, he said he disagreed with your numbers, your 66K. He said, yeah, that's inaccurate.
Okay, I'm going to go.
Do some of the research. Well, we can't do that right. We can't. I'm sorry, we can't do that right now because we have to cover our last topic because that was probably the biggest thing that happened this week, and we have like a few minutes, and I need to get in.
Okay.
This was if you were out and about on Monday, I think it was on Old Main. There was a protest by the Communists and Socialists and the Student Power Network, where they handed President Barron a petition to stop funding so-called quote-unquote hate groups on campus. And one of their speakers was from the United Socialists. Her name was Leslie. And she named as hate groups the State Patriot, the Bull Moose Party, Turning Point, and the quote troll club, the National Bolsheviks. I started laughing because that was so ridiculous. It's not even a club. She literally, these people, I'm sorry. These people literally think the university is funding conservative groups. Are you kidding me? Are you serious? Are they really going to be funding conservative groups? A liberal university. They haven't given I'm part of the Bull Moose Party and Turning Point and the State Patriot, and they haven't given us a single penny. We don't need money. We don't need their money. We're under budget and ahead of schedule. We don't need it. And we're not hate groups. We have done nothing hateful. It's ridiculous what she was saying. It's just silly virtue signaling. I mean, we got on the cover of the Collegian, which is kind of cool, on their website, of us giving the Chad stare at them, but that was about it. And before somebody says, oh, these people aren't communists. No, these people, a lot of them, not all of them, but in the socialists are literal communists. They literally have a hammer and sickle flag, the Soviet-style hammer and sickle communist flag flying above their table when they were tabling in the hub once. These people are actually communists.
Yeah, that's crazy. But just 1 second real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I looked this up. From the EPI report states that the average teacher in Pennsylvania makes $64,991. So I am sorry for being $1,000 off. But you can look it up here. But no, what you're saying, yeah, that's BS. You got the only reason. They don't even know what they're marching for. You see this a lot. You see this in like the March on Wall Street. You see this everywhere. The liberals are just going to march because they feel like it, which is good because they probably need the exercise in a lot of cases. Like you see some, it's true, but they don't even do their own research. I mean, at least, you can see I actually do my research.
Yeah.
The person can say other things, but I do my research.
Yeah, I do too.
I find stats. I don't even know where they came up with this. Did they even ask you guys if you got university funding?
No, they didn't. They did not ask us. From what I know, I didn't hear anything about this. It's such a crazy claim that they just threw out there. Oh, they even named ASF, American Student Front, which is an alt-right group, underground group here. They said they're getting funding from the university. I mean, how
people don't know anything. They're just saying things that they think will get media attention, and they get it.
They do get it, but see, here's the thing. That's why we have to be there to fight back against this, because if we don't show up, we look bad. That was the one good thing about the Collegian article was on the freaking, the main first picture you see was us. Turning Point.
They had some of their pictures on there.
They had some very unflattering pictures of them. I mean, ours was kind of unflattering because Vince was looking a little crazy, and the one in Mikey was kind of staring at the ground funny, and I was just staring at them because it was kind of bright, but not sunny bright. It was kind of weird. But there was this one girl. What was that?
You look like that picture from the Times with the Parkland kids. It kind of looks like that with you guys.
It's enough.
It's like.
Yeah, and we should put enough in big letters on there. But
enough of this hate speech from the left.
Yeah. Well, there was that one girl there, and look, I've already fought their arguments, so now I can mock their appearance. But she had a Planned Parenthood shirt on, and she had her gut exposed, like the bottom third of her stomach, her chest was exposed, not covered up by shirt, and it had all these cut marks on it. And
It's
she's
just
just
stretch marks. You know, I'm a fat person. I know what those are, but you don't see me wearing like. And that's really
It was
disturbing that they make
gross.
shirts that small for them, because like it looks like a shirt that like a 4-year-old would wear. And I'm like, dude, you
they
just-
killed the
you just
4-year-old.
Barely survived Planned Parenthood. Why would you want to be supporting your own like genocide?
I know. It was just so weird because it's bad optics. It looks bad. I'm saying this to be constructive here. I'm like, if you guys want your arguments to be taken seriously, look serious. Don't look like that. Like, it just looks disturbing.
I had someone who, had some message me who is a, they were a Democrat actually, and they brought that up to me, and they even said that was bad optics on them. Like, and they won't even debate. They even mentioned that.
They haven't come on the show.
I give that guy a lot of respect.
Yeah. I give that, caller, if you're still listening, I have tremendous respect for you because you're willing to come on, talk to us, have a little fun trolling, and debate us. I love that. The socialists, I invite them. Didn't show up. They could show up in the future, but I kind of doubt it. I will keep asking them to come on, though. And, probably won't see them come. But anyway, I have to cut this off because it hit 8 o'clock. And that's when things transition to the other stuff. So, thank you for calling in, Alex. Thank you for calling in, caller, our troll, and our flat Earth troll. I love you.
You need to get it fixed so that you can have multiple calls. I thought they said that they could do it now.
Yeah, I'm going to talk to them because I want to have both of you on the line. So I'll figure that out. Thank you, everybody, for listening. I'm glad people actually tuned into this show. We know we have at least one listener, so that's great. But thank you all for tuning in. We'll be back again next week at 7. It'll either be our last show or second to last show. And then we'll be back in the fall. I'm sorry I have to leave you guys, but thank you for listening. Bye.
Thank you for listening. We'll be back next week with more real news.